Let us now see more examples of lambda expressions. So the first example is of for each function. This function takes a container as input. A container is typically passed as first iterator and last iterator. So you pass two iterators, and between two iterators for every element you can do a provided functionality. For example, I have created a vector here and then I have called for each, and I have passed the begin iterator and end iterator for this vector, which means I have passed the whole vector. And now for every element x, what I am doing is I am doing x equal to x into 2. I have provided this functionality as a lambda expression. So what this for each is going to do, it's going to double every element. And then to print the vector again, I am using a lambda expression and for each. So I have passed the whole vector here, v dot begin and v dot end, and for every element x, I am printing x. Please note that here I have passed x by reference, because if you want to modify the vector, you must pass x by reference, right? Then only this for each would take the reference and modify the vector element. So if we run this program, we are going to get the output as double of this element 20, double of this element 40 and 60. This operation will do double every element, and this operation will print the doubled elements. Here is our second example of lambda expressions. Here I am using it with countif function. So countif function takes two iterators again like for each and takes a functionality. And this functionality, it has to be in a way that it returns a Boolean value, and if the condition that you provide in this functionality, if that condition is true, it counts all those elements with the true condition. For example, here I have a vector 10, 5, 3, 20, 100, and I want to count the elements whose value is greater than or equal to 10. So I have passed this vector v dot begin and v dot end, and I have passed this lambda expression here, right? This is the lambda expression, and it says that return true if x is greater than or equal to 10. So it's going to return true for this, this and this. So we are going to get the result as 3. Here is our third example of lambda expression. In this example, we are using findIf. FindIf function returns iterator to the first element that satisfies the given condition. So what we have done, we have passed the whole vector v dot begin and v dot end, and the condition that we have provided in the lambda expression is x is smaller than 10. Give me the first element's iterator or address whose value is less than 10. That's what we are saying here. And what we get, first value less than 10 is 4. So we get the output as 4 for this program. We have simply printed value at this address. Let's now see our example 4 of lambda expressions. In this example, we have discussed accumulate. Accumulate by default does sum of elements. We provide an initial value. I have provided 0 here. It's going to add all these elements to 0 and give you result. So output of this accumulate is going to be 35, and we have not used lambda expression here. But accumulate function allows you to provide other than addition functionalities also. You can do multiplication, subtraction, whatever you wish to do with all the elements with an initial value. For example, here I have provided initial value as 1, and what I have suggested in the functionality provided here, I have suggested multiplication of numbers one by one. So what accumulate does, it multiplies 1 with the first element 10, then whatever is the result, it's passed as x, and then 2 is multiplied, then whatever is the result, passed as x, and then 4 is multiplied, then 20 is multiplied, then 1 is multiplied. So mainly all elements are multiplied in this accumulate, and initial multiplier is 1, and we get the result as 1600. 1600 is the output of this accumulate. So this is our fourth example and last example of lambda expressions.